Hello everyone, Scott here again, and I did not just get out of seeing a movie, but I'm catching up with them now. This is Scott Sees Spider-Verse Into the Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse. That's the title. I've been calling it Spider-Verse, and so has everybody else for the longest time. This movie has won an Academy Award for the Best Animated Feature. I believe it's the first superhero movie to win an award like that. It's the highest award like that. It's Best Feature Animated is Spider-Verse, and it shows. It is literally a comic book brought to life in many, many ways. It's got everything from like the 4-color dots back from the old comic styles to the way things are framed and move, like the word balloons come in here and there. Panels move and break and they go in and out and news. Think of everything that the Hulk movie did back in 2003 with Ang Lee, poorly, where they just tried to play with frames. It's not a comic book because you can do that, no, but this takes the cinematic language of an animated movie and just goes nuts with it. And you have ridiculously likable characters like Peter, Miles, Gwen, and then the crazies with Noir and Ham and Spider. They're awesome. You have quite possibly the best Doc Ock. Alfred Molina was awesome, but Octavia is so good. I can't stress that enough. There was something else about the style. The music is fantastic. The way it's portrayed and actually ties stuff in, because it references the earlier movies. Like literally, Maguire dancing is there. Catching the car in the restaurant is there. The upside down kiss is there. Even Electro, all that stuff is there. Like they don't shy away from it. And they reference things like the 60s show, and they go all over the place with it. Because it knows what it's doing with the idea of a verse of this overall thing you can play with. But the banter and the wittiness, it's not insulting unless it's to the bad guys because he's making fun of them. But he never makes light of them either because he knows they're a threat. But there's moments when like Spider-Man is here and he moves here and like there's a jitteriness to it. And I actually learned today that they didn't do it at 30 frames. They did it at 15. And sometimes they held things for a frame or 2 or 3 to get that motion in there. And the coolest thing is they didn't use motion blur, which when you do this, like there's that blur that your eyes see in that movement. And when they do animation, they don't have to, because they don't draw that in. But it looks weird if you don't. So visual effects and things like that will use it. That's why some CGI people don't look right, because when you see them fly back, you see them fly back clean with no blur. That's why it doesn't look right, even though you're seeing it perfectly. You're not supposed to see it perfectly. Your eyes aren't that good. So they have to mimic the fakeness. And that's what you get with this. With this, you get the awesome movement, but it's almost like a stop motion, which is real, because it holds longer, it lasts, and you're actually able to see it in frames. It's hard to describe unless you've seen it. And my God, see it. Even if you're not an animation fan, see it. Even if you're not a comic book fan, see it. Even if you're not a Spider-Man fan, see it. Because it's simply that good of a movie. If you are a Spider-Man fan and a comic book fan, an animation fan, it will be that much better for you. That's the classic way to talk about these things. It isn't just made for them, it's made for everybody, but benefits those as well, and hopes to bring you into those fan bases also. I can't say enough good things about it. It's one of my favorite movies of last year, easily. And it was an amazing theater experience. It's on video, I think, next week. Watch it. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. 100% watch it. And I'll leave it at that. That is this one. Again, these are kind of quick, but I don't have as much to say about it because it's just glowing praise. One thing that does make me realize is it is by produced and written and everything by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. And they're the guys who did the 22 Jump Street and 21 Jump Street. And they did, I'm blanking on it now, this is bad. They did something that was kind of like, oh yeah, the Lego Movie, that's it. They produced Lego Movie 2, and they were doing Solo. And now, when you think about them getting pulled from Solo and then it being done the way it was, I still enjoyed Solo, but can you imagine the world we'd be in where these guys also got to make the Han Solo movie that they wanted to make? Now that they've gone on to win an Academy Award for Spider-Verse? Oh, there might be some regret there over Lucasfilm regarding that. Like, maybe just let them go and see what you get, and it might not have been what you were hoping to get and planning to get, but it might have been better than what you got. it's a gamble. That's a hard thing to say. But yeah, this movie is fantastic. There's going to be spin-offs and things of it as well. It's awesome. So I'll leave it at that. This is Cyclops Scott on YouTube and on Twitch. GuiltyPleasureCinema.com. Thanks again. See you next time, which will be very shortly.